into these days, or the flat earthers, all of them. You know.
Yeah.
I've never seen a flat Earth flag. But you
haven't
know what?
either, but I mean,
what does the Earth look like on a flat Earth flag?
Dude, I saw this guy explaining that the other day.
They have a ball. They just
because they believe there's an ice ring around the.
They
whole
believe
planet.
different things. This guy was trying to explain the other day that it was like an eyeball with an iris, and that it had like this comet tail behind it, and we lived on this stripe in the middle of the ball. But it's not a sphere. It's more like a teardrop. Like a long teardrop is what it's shaped like, and we're this stripe that goes around the. Don't listen to anything they say. The fact that we're discussing it is giving it credence. It's absurd. It's absurd. We've seen it from space.
Gives it credence? I don't think so.
We've seen the thing from space, and the fact that
those are lies. You know
the fact that they think that every space organization in the world is in on the same lie is one of the most absurd things ever. That for some reason, China, Israel, Russia, and the United States all have common ground on this one thing, and those are just like a few of the powers.
There's that. So I agree. The fact that but they also have to extend that to the whole maritime industry, the whole aviation industry. There are other people who count on the Earth being round
to get places.
Last year, a guy took a balloon up to what, 80,000 feet, and he jumped with a camera on his head. Remember this guy? You saw pretty much that, okay, this is a round thing. It's like, this is a guy, he was up there. People saw him come down. And
you're talking about the Red Bull guy? So the Red Bull guy was up there like in space. Remember that? Like the biggest free fall ever?
80,000 feet.
You could see the curvature of the planet as he's falling.
You can see that same curvature from a commercial airplane.
Can you? I'm not 100% sure.
Like when you look at the horizon, the horizon's got a little curve to it.
Does it? I need to look again.
When you go to the beach, look out there. You notice how at some point the boat just disappears? It's going over the fucking
piece
horizon.
By piece. Yeah. I've flown. James doesn't know. I fly this little personal aircraft called a paramotor, and I've gone to about 12,000 feet. It's like a parachute with a fan on your back.
I know exactly what it is, yeah.
Okay, cool. I go to 12,000 feet. Earth looks flat. Completely flat. And I was looking. I wanted to see the curve. I'm willing it into existence, and it's like, it's just flat. It's flat from everywhere. At 12,000, you can't see it. I don't know at 36. Maybe
you can see it. Like when you look at the horizon's got a little curve to it. You're up there.
Like I climbed. I did some mountain climbing. And I was up to 16,000 feet. It's flat as hell.
At 16.
Yeah, 16,000 feet is flat as hell. I mean, but that's because the topography of the Earth. It's it doesn't give you that linear thing. So you are going to have your eyes, and plus the curvature has a reflective thing with the light that bounces. There's all kinds of science with that.
I feel like if the Earth was really flat, like Russia or China by now would have exposed it and made us look like fools. Been like, oh, look at them. They lied to you about this round Earth, and then they show like verifiable proof it's flat. Like, that would have happened by now.
I Googled it. It says Kyle's right. It says you should be able to detect it from an airplane. They cruise at about 35,000 feet, but you need a fairly wide field of view, 60 degrees. So do you get that from a window? Probably do.
You put your face all the way
right?
in.
You should be just short of one.
And I do.
Not
I'm
a full 180, but yeah.
Depends on what aisle you're in, I think. If you're in that middle aisle, you get the seat right next to your face there.
Right, if the wing's not there. But if you go to like maybe all the way in first class and put your face in the window, you probably get 60 degrees.
I mean, if you try and barge into the pilot's
like, hey, I need to have a word with you.
I need to know it's curved.
You start barking about the flat Earth and pounding on the pilot's door, they'll let you right in every time.
I think it would be a cool feature for planes. You know how they have those little TVs? Maybe this is already a thing. Where like you can put stuff in, you can like check where you are in your flight and whatnot. They should have a camera where you can like see through the front of the plane. They have that?
They do, yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I've seen that on Delta flights.
Really?
It's very cool.
Yeah.
That's
so there's
great.
like a GoPro on the front. Just
I don't know where it was, but you can see outside the
suction
plane.
cupped.
You can see a bird when you crash into it. Then you can see the birds coming and you crash into it. Yeah.
You hit a bird, it's gonna be a real problem.
It must happen all the time.
500 miles.
Get the fuck out of the way. You know they have those hawks at airports to like run the those birds off.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we've all seen that demonstration from Boeing where they're throwing frozen turkeys into the 747 engines or whatever.
I need to find this.
The fucking turbines in like super high speed like photography are going like slicing it. It's like slice, like segmenting a frozen turkey
Really?
an inch at a time.
What a
it's
time
really
saver that
fucking
would be.
cool. Dices and so
And it
much
comes
more.
out cooked the other side. Too.
Ah, James is thinking.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I was going to talk about the fucking UFO like footage that keeps coming out from like the Navy and the Air Force is really fascinating to me.
I saw the one debunked one. It's green.
There's so many. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that anything got. I didn't know anything got debunked, but I see like
Is there a
Congress being
video
briefed
you
on
can
it.
point to?
There's lots of videos.
There's a green.
like
So there's a green one. It's through night vision, and there are triangles sort of moving around in like a weird way, and they pulse a little bit, and like it just doesn't look like anything we've seen. And the government came out and said it was a UFO, which doesn't mean aliens; it means unidentified flying aircraft or object. So the internet sees it, and this guy is like, "I know exactly what this is. This is unfocused bokeh." And he recreates it exactly. He's like, these are what stars look like when it's not focused. When I think it's called the iris of the camera is triangular. You know, they'd open and close it to change how much the light is, or for the speed, whatever. And he's like, when it's out of focus and it's triangular, all the stars look like triangles. Airplanes look like triangles. This one's blinking. That's because it's an airplane. And they even identified which plane it was, like based on like the time and location that it was shot, going by, blinking, and it's just an unfocused blinking triangle because that's what happens when you have a triangular iris. It was pretty cool.
This is from 3 days ago. This is
not the one I'm talking about, but carry on.
Yeah, this is some sort of flying object that eventually, I think this might be the one that disappears into the water at one point, like goes underwater and then comes back up. It's I don't know. They're following it with fucking aircraft, like Air Force aircraft.
Yeah,
no, this is from the Navy ship. This is
That always adds a certain credibility to me when it could be a
it's not
Navy
doctored.
pilot, or it could be even like a commercial airline pilot. Like these are serious people at work. They're not rednecks drinking.
Those are those guys who've been
campfire.
trained to look at like a radar signature or even like the outline of a plane and identify it. Those guys are like trained to do that.
They look at the sky all the time. They know what's normal, you know. And so when I'll just say a naval aviator says this is something weird. Oh, well, that's something different than Woody at a campfire seeing something weird.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
and this
Or
one
maybe
hasn't
just
been explained.
or maybe just some video that gets uploaded and you're like, all right, who doctored this? How was this filmed? Where was it filmed? Like, is this even CGI? Like, what am I looking at? But when you've got something that's got like, it's from a naval aircraft or ship or something, it definitely adds some credence to it.
It'll be up to Congress to get to the bottom of this. All right, we'll never know.
Yeah, that's top comment. They're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's absurd.
Well, I was looking at this report on this, and some research said that it's most of the triangular ones are the new version of the drone, the jet powered drone that has stealth and is built in. It's invisible because it has a camera and it projects. It projects what's above it, below, and so basically it's invisible to human sight. Look it up. It's a next generation drone that's being launched off of naval carriers right now. And he was talking specifically about that video where it comes in the water, out of the water. It was actually they're testing the stealth systems on this particular new drone. It's a new camera. It might be the Icarus. Check out maybe it's called the Icarus invisible drone or something.
That one I know. This is the one I was talking about, the most recent one I linked. And I'll play it real quick. You can see on the screen, people watching can, this sort of blinking triangle. And then he shows what the night vision thing that it was recorded through looks like and another way to create it. And he uses that equipment and makes more of it. But yeah, if it's out of focus and you have a triangular opening like that, you get this UFO image. So we'll see what comes of it. I don't know. It's exciting to think there could be aliens visiting
I hope.
us.
It's like, yeah.
Right?
Come on. Wouldn't it be great to meet somebody with a flying saucer? I mean, come on. It's like a ghost. I mean, wouldn't you love to meet a ghost? Hey, wait a minute. Tell me, are you dead? What's it like on the other side?
I feel like I'd regret it if there were aliens. Like, if I could choose whether or not there were aliens and I said yes, I would be throwing a Molotov cocktail on society. And there are some people who think that's a great idea. There are some people who are just like, yeah, fuck it. I don't like society. Let's throw a Molotov cocktail on it and see what the next version's like. Who cares? But me, I'm like, no, this is cool. This is cool. I like what we got here. I don't want to throw a Molotov cocktail on society, but I can't deny that it's interesting. I can't deny that I do kind of want to know what happens if there's aliens. Right?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that'd be really cool if aliens landed, fucking went on YouTube.
That would destroy the cost of Bitcoin.
They became the best. They became the biggest TikTokers, like fucking Xenu and the boys.
Right. Like, it turns out that like when they talk, it sounds a little like a kazoo, and people just go wild for it.
Yeah. That would be pretty fucking cool. That's how you would like make yourselves known. Instead of like trying to like go to the White House or the Kremlin or something, you just make a TikTok. You just make a TikTok introducing yourself to humanity.
TikTok's controlled by the Chinese. I don't believe it. You got to put it on Twitter for me to buy it.
It'd be you could do it on Twitter too.
It'd go everywhere.
Yeah, they'd have the most followers right away.
Yeah.
Well, I think you put it on Reddit, extra mile. Put it there. It's going to get a lot of observations.
I would catch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's probably government technology that's a generation or two ahead of what we're aware of. That's looking ridiculous. And I think that's probably what we're seeing because I don't know. I don't think that aliens are able to come here. And if they were, I don't think they'd just be flying around.
I don't know. They're obeying the Prime Directive.
Well, if they're from like the Star Trek universe, then they are, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Although they are revealing themselves to us.
You think we just made that stuff up, Kyle?
I'm pretty sure Gene Roddenberry just made that shit up. Well, it's funny how like Gene Roddenberry was thought of as this real woke guy, because he was so inclusive, right? You got a Russian fucking right there behind he was flying the ship. No, that was Sulu. Well, you got an Asian guy flying the ship, a Japanese guy, not all that long after World War II.
Interracial kiss on TV, the first interracial.
Although it was like a rapey kiss. They were being forced to kiss each other.
Yeah, that's true. There's a saving grace there.
And, you had a black woman running communications. You had the Russian guy. You had the Russian guy running the weapons, middle of the Cold War. And it's supposed, you thought of it as real woke for the time period. But there is a part where they're like, oh, yeah, well, women aren't allowed to be Starfleet captains. Like, that's literally a line in the show. Because they're so flippant, you couldn't have a female captain.
Huh. That